How's everybody doing tonight? How was the food? Everybody, how was the food tonight? Give it up for our cooks. And we cannot go without thanking Jason Lawton and his group of people for setting up this beautiful facility for us for this 2022 banquet here at the Madera Speedway. And we're going to bring up our flagman, Frank McBee. And we are live on ShortTrack TV right now, race fans, so get excited. People are watching us on TV. As Frank McBee is going to throw the green flag. Oh, checker flag.
So the one last checkered flag for all the friends and family we lost from the races this year. Now we'll kick it off.
Here we go. The green flag's about to fly. The fastest 1/3 mile in the West, the Madera Speedway. As Jason Lawton sets the stage for us here in this beautiful facility, thank each and every one of you for being here on this special occasion as we celebrate another season of racing at one of the best tracks in California. As we get ready to bring our boss, the captain of the ship, the promoter of Madera Speedway, Kenny Shepard.
Thank you, Brian. You gonna let me use this hat in a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that. How are you guys doing tonight? Blessed, I heard. We're all blessed. I want to start by recognizing our veterans that race with us. I see Chuck Aguirre's out here. Any other veterans, stand up if you would. And then for any of you watching out on ShortTrack TV that are veterans, we're very patriotic, and we know what this weekend's about, and we appreciate your service so much. Thank you. I also want to thank everyone that helps with this banquet. We put a lot of effort into making this the best and biggest celebration possible for all of the accomplishments of you drivers, all of you guys and gals. So I want to start with Jason. He's been mentioned a couple of times already. Jason Lawton, that raced with us for a long time, past champion out the Speedway. Jason's owns a company called Setting the Stage, and this is what he does. So Jason's helped us with the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame. He's helped us many years here, and we want to put all the effort we possibly can into making this as special as possible for all of you drivers and all the race teams. I also want to thank Tammy. She does, my wife Tammy does an enormous amount of work on this banquet. It's about a month in preparation. Tammy and I usually only fight once a year. And ironically, it's usually about a day before the banquet. So thank you very much, Tammy, for all the work you do. Everyone else that's helped with the banquet, John Williams, for example. I don't know how many times I said, hey, John, in the last 2 or 3 days. So thank you very much, John. And thank you to everyone that's helped with the banquet. I get the question a lot about Tammy and I, why we do what we do. We don't have to be involved in running a racetrack. And I've had that question a lot over the last year. And I've really thought about it, why we do what we do. Tammy and I started, she was probably, I don't know, a little kid, 5, 6, 7 years old, riding in the back of her dad's pickup truck. It had a camper shell on the back. Her and her sister would ride from Merced to Watsonville, and her dad raced all over the place. About that same time frame, I'm about 9 or 10 in that range. I'm in the Midwest. I'm riding around with my dad and my uncles going to racetracks. And then a handful of years later, quite a few years later actually, we met late in our teenage years. And ever since then, we've been at racetracks on a Saturday night. So it's in our blood. It's what we do. We love doing this. We love grassroots racing, short track racing. And the program that we envisioned, and I remember a few years ago, we had the Chowchilla Speedway, we had the Madera Speedway, and we also had a business employing a lot of people. And Tammy had mentioned to me, just do what I did with my racing to the Madera Speedway. Really focus on one venue. I had a vision for a television show, and it was with her encouragement that I just fearlessly went out and did a TV deal and put all the energy together that I possibly could to build the platform that we have today. And that platform is meant to be for the youth all the way to the veterans. So Tammy and I came up around the Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ron Hornaday, all friends of ours, and we watched the magic happen with them, and we also watched how much pressure there was on the youth. And we wanted to provide a better stage, a better platform for the youth to be able to race on television, build a name for themselves, learn about sponsorship. What you saw on the screens here today, we've got a whole crew that works on the TV show, and we want to basically be a training grounds for the sport's next stars. And on the opposite end of that, there's the veterans. So if I race today, I would want a program that means something, that the racing is really the toughest competition around. So to me, it's really from the youth to the veterans. So we watch Kyle Keller, that we'll celebrate here in a little bit, as our champion in the biggest series that we have. We've watched Kyle go from a youngster in our junior program up into the pro division. Now he's a champion. On the other end of that map is Jason Aguirre, that's a champion. We'll celebrate. Howard Holden led laps earlier this year, and the veterans. So it's really rewarding on all ends to be able to put a program together that's very successful in my eyes, and it gives everyone a big head start. So it's kind of why we do what we do. It's a passion, what we love to do. 2022, this is 8 years of television that we're celebrating. This closes 8 years of the series on TV, a little bit more than 10 years with this package. And it's caught on in a major way all over the country, so we're very, very proud of that. Tonight we celebrate our champions, I mentioned before, and this night is designed with all of the effort we can put into it to celebrate for the race teams, the drivers, and the champions. And that's why we put so much effort into this. I was fortunate enough to go to a few of the NASCAR national banquets, and it had a big impact on me. So we will always put every drop of energy we can to make this as special and as glamorous as we possibly can. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. As you guys know, the sport does not operate without sponsors. So from 5150, Mission Foods, Ghost Energy, Ultra 805, Hampton Inn, Frank's Radio, Lunker Daddy, and Lucas Oil. Without the sponsors, the sport doesn't function. I've been very effective at getting sponsorship my racing days, and we've done the same thing with the racetrack. And I spend endless hours on the telephone coaching drivers, especially a lot of the kids, on how to obtain sponsorship. And I think that's one of the most important things that we do, is teaching kids the business side of the sport. I think it's already been handed out, a $5,000 check. Kyle, did you get your check already? Or did your dad get it? Dad got it, okay. So that came from Lunker Daddy. And then Frank's Radio and 5150 helped us with the bonus money at the junior late model race, which was $10,000 went out as bonus money in that event. Any racetrack does not function at all. Ken Coventry, I think, mentioned it rather well in his speech, without our staff. And I always envision myself, Tammy and I get a lot of the credit, but we're just really spokes in the wheel. It's unbelievable to think about it, but there's any given Saturday that you guys and gals come out to the Speedway, there's about 50 people working in total. So without that staff and without the endless energy from these volunteers, the racetrack does not function. It does not work at all. So if you are from the backgate people to the staff that works and texts the cars, to the folks, the safety crew in the infield, flagmen, the tower people, food and concessions, all the way to the ticketing staff, thank you so much. I'd like, if you're in any of those categories, stand up real quick. Everybody stand up. Thank you guys and gals so much for what you do. I do see a pattern here, though. You guys are all down there the closest to the bar. Paulette, that's not on my tab, is it? No, okay. All right, I don't tell stories too well that aren't truthful, so I've got to fess up here. Where's Charlie at? Charlie Wilson. Raise your hand, Charlie. There you are. I had to get I got a pinch hitter for that shot you gave me. So yeah, Marty said it was excellent, so I need a rain check in a little bit. So again, thank you so much to the staff and for what you guys do. There's 3 staff members in particular, and I rarely ever do this, that we single someone out, but I very quickly, I've got a little bit of the awards section that I like to start with. If I could have Marty, Steven, and Jim come up here to the stage, if you would. Now, Jim's on a bad knee. His shoulders are beat up. Tire guy Jim. Let's see if Christy can bring me a few awards up here. Actually, just... All right. Come on. You can come right up here. Now, you can hand them right over to him. The reason I wanted to recognize these three, I think all three of you have your wives here tonight, right? Yeah. Okay. First of all, they were at the Speedway those 5 days a week. They don't have girlfriends. I think they've actually all changed their address. They get their mail at the Speedway now. They spend so much time, and I wanted to bring these three up. It's amazing the amount of effort, energy. Marty runs the safety crew. Steven's right beside him. Jim just is incredible, does a little bit of everything at all times. So I wanted to give them a little special something, a little special thank you, recognize you guys and what you do. We appreciate it very much. The racers do. So thank you very much. Give them a hand if you guys would. Thank you, guys. Okay, Christy, you can bring that next award up. We started a tradition here, I think it was probably 13 or 14 years ago now. We have 2 awards here at the Speedway that are the most prestigious awards that we can give out, typically for the staff. Sometimes it's not only the staff. But one started life as the Bill France Jr. Dedication Award. The other one evolved from the Reverend Ron Spencer Speedway Spirit Award. And I'm going to start with the Reverend Ron Spencer Speedway Spirit Award. It's pretty much what it says. It's about, any of you that knew Reverend Ron. How many of you guys knew Reverend Ron? Make a little noise if you did, huh? What an incredible individual Reverend Ron was and what he meant to the Speedway. And just his never-ending dedication, this award evolved into his name. And it's something very special, kind of the guardians of the Speedway, the people that put so much effort into the Madera Speedway. And this year's recipients are Dean and Debbie Gray. I guess I'll do the contract right now, Dean. One more year. Do I have it? You got it. Dean and I have been together, I think, 17 years, 2006 at Altamont, and he was quitting at the end of that year. I say it every year, one more year. So this ought to help, huh? Just like on my race team, like your race teams, it's the people behind the scenes. The drivers get the attention typically, but it's the people behind the scenes that makes such a difference. The next award we're going to give out, and we're actually going to ship it out. It's the Ruth Balesio Dedication Award, and this is the award that evolved from the Bill France Jr. Award. And it's a lifetime dedication to racing, not necessarily to the Madera Speedway, not necessarily as a crew member or staff member. It can be a race member. But it's about a person that's dedicated themselves and their lives to racing, and they've made a tremendous difference to racing. So I think it's very fitting tonight that the individual that is receiving this award this year, it's basically a Lifetime Achievement Award and taking care of the sport. The person that's receiving the award tonight is down in Arizona working on live streaming some other race content for a dirt race, and that's Stephen Blakesley. So congratulations, Stephen. We'll get that to you. Okay, the next award, before I go to it, the next one's a little bit different. I've always been very passionate and very concerned. There's some things in the sport that are very concerning to me. The amount of money that it takes, it's always been expensive to go racing, but it is more and more about the money. So I'm very passionate about teaching people how to sell sponsorship, how to get the drivers up to the next level. And one of the things that I've been talking a lot about is how do we put kind of the steps in the ladder back in place. And so what I envision at some point, the junior late model champion gets a ride that's basically the sponsorships are in place for the Pro Series, and then the Pro Series champion would get a ride in ARCA. I'm working with NASCAR and some other people right now to host a ARCA race right now at the Madera Speedway, and one of the main topics is how do we provide 1 or 2 or even 3 seats to our top drivers to be able to compete in an ARCA race at the Madera Speedway. So those are some pieces that we're putting together right now. So this next contest, it's pretty much all about that, and I've got a different way we're going to do it. But before, I wasn't going to read this, but I brought this extra envelope. Back to why Tammy and I do what we do, and I think this really sums it up well. We've always been so proud of the young kids. I remember several years ago, Jesse Love it was prior to Jesse even racing with us, he was the Focus Midget winner, and the USAC program, and the stage was clear down at that end. Jesse had ran his first laps testing junior late models for our second season, but it was his first season. The day of the banquet, he came over and gave a speech that night, and I remember the contrast of that speech to when he was the champion, and how impressed Tammy and I have always been, and how proud we are, kind of parent-type proud, when you watch these kids grow up in front of you and how well they speak. And it's just something that's very rewarding to us. And tonight, there's a letter that I was handed that was handwritten, so I want to go ahead and read it. This comes from Monty Tipton. Could not be here tonight, but it really summarizes kind of my feelings and what's so rewarding about this. It says, "Dear Kenny, sorry I could not make it to the banquet. I have a Boy Scout event. I'm really thankful for the amazing program that you put together. There's no other place that someone like me at my age could get on television. My favorite point in this season was the Hall of Fame, the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame. Monty won a trip, and each year we take 5 of the kids up to Sonoma to connect them with the Cup teams, to connect them with the high end of the sport. They go to the Hall of Fame dinner as well. And Monty says he got to meet so many new people. He learned so much. Thank you for everything we do." To me, that kindness, the thoughtfulness to actually write a letter like that, and then the rewards of the kids, that's a lot of why we do what we do. Okay, so for the next part of the kids, trying to help them out, Jerry Pitts Racing, John Keller Racing, and the Madera Speedway, we partnered. Jerry Pitts Racing has some very, very fast ARCA cars. Kevin Harvick's one in those cars. Kyle Keller currently runs with them now. And John Keller, the championship-winning car, they've kind of, between some conversation, it's along the lines of the vision that we have to try and put some steps in the ladder. We're going to do a contest right now, and for the way this will work is the kids that have graduated into the Pro Series from the juniors will, and they've run Pro Series races, they will fill out their name and number. We're going to put it in a mission hat, one of our biggest sponsors. And we're going to draw for a 4-hour test session for an ARCA test at the Madera Speedway. Probably January, February, somewhere along there we'll do it. And this all kind of goes in motion with the ARCA races coming up, so it's kind of a fun test for some seat time. Then we're going to draw with the eligible junior drivers that are currently in the junior program to do a 4-hour test in a pro late model in one of the Keller cars. So trying to get top-notch equipment to get the kids in. So we'll start with, I want to have these kids come up. Sorry, Jason, I can hear you yelling at me. Stop touching that mic. Okay, so this is the junior late model drivers that are eligible, had to be present here, and then kids that are not connected already into a pro ride or have already made a pro start. So the 3 drivers that are eligible that are here, I'd like to have you come up. We're going to fill your name out. Joey Keneally, Vito Cancilla, and Rebecca Doobie. All right, I need some help now.
Car number?
Yep, see a good racer. Car number. Put your name and car number. Do you know how to sign your name? Do you? All right. That one goes in there. That's something we have to teach the kids. It's amazing. Do an autograph session. All right, next, Vito. How are you today?
Good.
Doing good? he knows how to sign it.
Car number?
Yep, car number 2. All right, thank you, sir. All right, that one in there. And Rebecca, how are you today?
I'm okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, this will be for the 4-hour test in a pro late model. Keller prepared one of the championship caliber cars out of the mission hat. Which one, Brian? Top, bottom, side? You fold them?
Yeah, fold them.
You folded them, huh?
Had to make it hard.
All right. Who do you think? Girl power. Girl, you're right. Rebecca Doobie. All right. John, you writing that down or you want me to write it? I think we'll remember, huh? Okay, toss those out. Now I've got another list. You know where we'll put this paper, John? Do you guys know what this bucket is for? Anyone know that?
For the Harvey
Huh?
Wallbanger.
Harvey Wallbanger. We'll throw that paper in there. For those of you who don't know, we collect all the trash that falls off the cars. It has some good stuff, Zeus fasteners, different things in it. And you'll see the Harvey Wallbanger Award a little bit later. And so it's a collection of wrecks that you will see. And then it was voted on, and the wreck that was the most intense or tore the most equipment up, they win that bucket. They get a plaque this year, too. So, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. You just have to dig through it. Some nice Zeus fasteners. Okay, the eligible drivers. This is for the ARCA test, 4-hour ARCA test in a Jerry Pitts car. And again, the eligibility is the drivers that were here that are juniors that have moved up and competed in pro races. Look who just showed up. Fashionably late. You were out playing basketball, huh? That's what I heard. This kid has a busy schedule. All right, everyone welcome Ethan Nascimento, huh? Okay. Well, just in time. First driver that's eligible is Jacob Smith. Come on up, Jacob. Jacob's already made an ARCA start. Come right over here to this side of me, and you can sign your name. And second driver is Ethan Nascimento.
Right here.
Right there.
You want to sign it?
Yep, name and car number. Just in case you're famous someday, then we've got it. Right? Actually, they'll have it in the bucket, so whoever wins it. How are you doing, Ethan? Yep, he can sign too. That's cool. Okay, Brody Armtrout is next up. All right, thank you. Again, this is for the ARCA test. Right there. Name and car number. Kersey Young is next. Thank you. And Olivia Menke. All right. Thank you. Now you're folding them again.
Got to be difficult.
Yep. Now hold on. Now you have to draw.
Oh, I get to draw?
Now I get to fold them again.
Okay, go ahead.
Shuffle them. All right. Pick one other. Anyone. Open it and let us know.
Ethan Nascimento.
Ethan Nascimento. All right. Back in the bucket. All right. Last thing I want to touch on, a couple of real quick things. Brian's already talked about it, but the proceeds from the banquet go to Children's Hospital. We've done this since 2007, since Tammy and I took over the Speedway. Every fine, all the fine money, goes to Children's Hospital as well. Plus, we host race events. We do fundraisers. So Brian's already talked about it. If you haven't got raffle tickets already, that's one of the large portions of the proceeds that come from here. Soft drinks, beer, all of that stuff as well. Speaking of the wine, Ron Kinsella, the Kinsella family, thank you. Each of the bottles that are on the table, Ron donated those, so we appreciate that very much. That was very kind of you. All right, now for the important part of the night. Why we did all this work is to honor our race team's champions. So congratulations to everyone that's getting award. We are here to honor you tonight. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Lord, I didn't know if he was going to stop talking or not. I know this is a great night for us here at the 2022 Madera Speedway Banquet. And we're going to kick it off with our Bandoleros. Coming home in third place out of Madera, California, the driver of the 637 Collectibles of Andrew Williams.
I would like to thank my mom, my papa, and my grandma, and 3K Motorsports, and John. They helped me for this week, I think, right? Week or year, I forgot. It's either week or year. What? Wait, week or year? Year. Oh, year.
Try to make sure the boss got the magic pin back. And coming... Oh. Okay. And coming home second in the Bandoleros here at the Madera Speedway will be the driver of the number 7 of Skylar Shoppy.
Well, first I'd like to thank 3K Motorsports, my mom and dad, and Jason Williams and my spotter Steve Schimmerhorn for wrenching on my car and always working. And I'm just so blessed and so grateful for this opportunity that the 3K Motorsports and the Keneally family has given me. And I'll see you all next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Madera Speedway INX Bandolero Series champion, Kellen Keller.
I would like to start off by saying thank you to Kenny Shepard and the safety crew for making sure we all had fun and stayed safe in the 2022 season. This season has meant a lot to me. I made new friends, raced good races. I learned a lot, and I won a championship in the same season as my brother Kyle. There is so much to be thankful for. My team, my dad, Kyle, Spanky, Brian, 3K Motorsports, Ethan, driver, Steve Sr., for being there and helping me fix my car when I damaged it or helped me when I needed adjustments. I also wanted to say thank you to Jason Ryder from 637 Collectibles for jumping in and helping 3K Motorsports repair and change my clutch in round 7, giving me a chance to continue in my points run for the championship. Thank you to my sponsors this year, 3K Motorsports, Battleborn Racing, CSM Graphics, Team KKR, Keller Motorsports, Rock Racing, Hampton, and Madera. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. And I wanted to say congratulations to all the other champions and racers for an awesome year. I cannot wait to come back in 2023. Have a great night.
Now it's time for the Madera Hobby Stocks. In the 5th place, he cannot be here with us tonight, is Ivan Skorsiker out of Raymond, California. Another driver that could not be with us tonight is out of Fresno, California, driver of the number 2 of Donnie Large Jr. Then we come to this guy. He comes to us out of Merced, Mr. Excitement, fresh off the grill. It's the 42 of Manny Gonzalez Jr.
How's everyone doing tonight? First off, I just want to give all glory to God for a safe season, awesome season. I want to thank all the Kenny Shepard and Madera Speedway staff, from safety crew to everyone in the front gate, always making an exciting day to be ready to go racing. I want to congratulate all champions tonight, Jason, Kyle Keller, Haley Bug. Awesome season Haley had. It was fun racing with you guys, Haley, Steve. A lot of competition. Just it's always 3 of us, or sometimes 2 or more. We try to keep it fun, or we try to have a good season. I want to thank all my sponsors, A&M Business Services, Driven Animosity, Fresh Off the Grill, Nick, Kathy Francis, always there. I want to thank Caps Part Coating, Minor Farms, A&G Transmissions, O'Reilly's Backflows. I want to thank my whole team every time. My dad, Uncle Chuck, Racing Jason and Gary, always helping me put up a very good race car. I want to thank Stevan and Aaron for always helping me this season. I want to thank Ken Coventry, always coming every time, always teaching me, helping me improve as a driver. I want to thank my grandpa, Aunt Lucy, my mom, my 2 sisters, and everyone else that always helps me, Aaron and Elise, who couldn't be here tonight. And thank you. Have a good night.
Then we pick up the number 4 car. He comes to us out of Oakhurst, California. Steve Schuberhorn coming home in his 2nd spot.
First thing I'm going to say is, Haley Bug, I have a driver's door with your name on it. I forgot to bring it tonight. I still owe you one. Congratulations to all the champions. I want to say thanks to Kenny and Tammy for keeping this going for us low-budget people. It's hard to make it sometimes, but we bust our asses to make this right. I got to thank 637 Collectibles, 3K Motorsports, Hunter Holden for endless phone calls, and Sheldon, your smart mouth, I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Pine Ridge Pool Care, Fort D Towing, the list goes on. We're looking forward to next year, and we're hungry.
One more time for the driver of the number 4, Steve Schuberhorn.
Man, this is awesome. That was so fun. This is a blessing to be here in this position right now. I can't thank everyone enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Madera Hobby Stock Series champion, Haley Bug.
Cut. All right. We all know what this young lady just celebrated the other day. So can I get everybody to help me in participating, singing happy birthday to our track champion, Haley Bugg. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Haley. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. That was awesome. Please feel free to grab a slice of cake. There's plenty. I got to thank Nana for that. So, yeah, definitely eat that up, please. I hope that you guys are all joined tonight. This is awesome. I'm so glad that we are all here and able to do this. First of all, I would like to thank Kenny and the entire short track management crew for everything they have done all year long and for putting this banquet together. This season is definitely one to remember and always will be. Being able to drive this car alone has been one of the best experiences I've ever had, no doubt. It was a little bit of a rough start, so I want to thank my fellow competitors for all of their respect while going through my learning curves. I want to thank my Nana for being my rock. Without you, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, so thank you so much, Nana. I want to thank my mom and dad for allowing me to even be able to have done this. I'd like to thank Justin, Grandpa Vernon, and Renee for believing in me and making sure I had everything I needed to accomplish this goal. I'd like to thank Carly for always being there for me, whether it was being in person or not, and for doing everything she could do to help. I'd like to thank my family as a whole. I know it wasn't easy, but thank you for sticking with me, supporting me, and making this dream come true. To all my fans and new supporters, thank you so much. Thank you to the Holden Camp for everything they have done, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here where I am now. I also want to say thank you to everyone who contributed to the Junior Late Model experience. I had a blast. And if there's any sponsors out here, I'm your girl. I think that's it. Just kidding. So there's this one other guy. So when I put my helmet on, there's this voice. There's this voice that I hear, and no matter how I'm doing, whether it's good or bad, all I hear is, just trust me. And I do. He works day and night on my car and gives me everything he's got. Sheldon, this trophy isn't mine, it's ours. And I appreciate everything you have done for me. And I will end on this. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do something. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome job, sir. Awesome job.
Thank you.
It is time to name the 2022 Madera Speedway Mechanic of the Year. The nominees are John Keller, Eric Nascimento Sr., Derek Thorne, Matt Erickson, Charlie Wilson, Michael Juarez, and Hunter Holden. The 2022 Mechanic of the Year at the Madera Speedway is Derek Thorne.
Derek Thorney will not be with us tonight. I believe he's in Irwindale, my bad, with the racing going on down there. So we'll accept his award on his behalf. So up next, race fans, will be our mini Super Toyotas here for this awards banquet. Coming home in the 4th spot, the number 47 car out of Madera, California, it's Joseph Holliday.
This season was a lot of fun. I started this season in a new class. It's a lot different from the cars I have driven before. As the season started, my car had motor issues causing me to miss a few races. As the season progressed, I learned more and more and was able to keep up with my fellow competitors. That is all thanks to Sheldon Cooper and HGC Motorsports. Next season, I will be even more competitive. I would like to thank my fellow drivers for a fun season, my crew chief and mechanic Sheldon Cooper, my mom and dad, and Aaron Reeves for their support. Big thanks to all my sponsors, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Holidays Auto, Nikki Hatfield Crumley with Tri-Valley Hunting and Fishing Club, Cal Valley Printing, and Fantasy Decal. Thank you for your time.
One more time for the driver out of Madera, California, the 47 of Joseph Holliday. And coming home in the third spot, he comes to us out of Clovis, California. They call him the Macho Man. It's Tyler Wrigley, driver of the 40R car. And race fans, he is not just your third place finisher. He comes home as your Rookie of the Year.
Man, what a year. It was incredible. I started this season out sending messages out to as many drivers as I could, trying to find a spot to get my career started in racing. And Patrick came along and said, you know what, I think I got something for you. And I showed up 2 days before the first race of the season and got me fitted in the car, got it all ready to go, got me out there, and I was able to finish third in the first race that I ever ran. And I couldn't have been more proud of myself, more proud of the whole team, everything we were able to accomplish. There was a lot of ups and downs. I mean, the car fell off the trailer on the way to the track right at the beginning of the season, crushed it pretty bad. And we just threw a hammer at it and a torch, got it back together. And I was actually able to pull off a couple wins, a couple second-place finishes. I couldn't be more proud of what we were able to accomplish this year with Patrick getting the championship, too. I mean, we worked our butts off, and it paid off. I'm so happy. I can't thank all of you enough everybody had a little part in this for me, and I've looked up to a bunch of you since I was a little kid to make it here, and I couldn't be more happy. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for the driver, the number 40R, the Macho Man, Tyler Ridley. And coming home in that second spot, the number 12 of Bill Gordon. Bill is not here tonight to accept his award, so we'll take it on his behalf, and we'll move on to the champion. Champion for the MST's Patrick Geiger.
First, I want to say, love you, Dad. I know you wanted to be here for this, but I want to thank King Coventry. I want to thank Shea Goldie. I want to thank Kyle Labrie. I want to thank Tim. I want to thank everybody that came out and supported me. I want to thank all my drivers for hanging in there all year long and putting on one hell of a race for the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Madera Mini Super Toyota champion, Patrick Geiger.
Thanks, everyone. I'd like to start out with saying thank you to Tammy.
Champion for the MST's Patrick Geiger.
Okay. I'd like to start off with saying thank you to Tammy and Kenny Shepard for everything they do, getting this track prepared for us every week. And thanks to the safety crew for everything they do also. I'd like to thank my wife, Lori, and my daughter, Allison, for all their passion to see me succeed and sticking with me along this journey. I'd like to thank Ken Coventry, a.k.a. the guru, the knower of all things that are Madera Speedway racing. Thank you for keeping me calm and focused this year. For everything you've done for me over the season. I really appreciate you, Ken. Bert Stevens for giving me the horsepower, every bit of horsepower that he could muster out of these 50-year-old motors. I really appreciate him for that. Kyle Labrie for being selfless and helping me better understand the setup of these cars, for helping me get the car dialed in and overcoming the point deficit that I found myself in after 2 DNFs during the season. I'd like to congratulate Tyler, the Macho Man Ridley, for his third place finish and his Rookie of the Year this season. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Johnny Field and Field Van, Jerry and the guys at Martin Auto Color, Jason and Neil at PPG, and of course, Leap Truck Auto Body. Thank you.
The nominees for the 2022 Sportsman of the Year at the Madera Speedway are Jacob Smith, Rick Thompson, Pete Soto, Kyle Keller, Kenna Mitchell, Steve Schemmerhorn, and Rebecca Doobie. The winner of the 2022 Sportsman of the Year at the Madera Speedway is Pete Soto.
Alrighty, hi guys. Usually I'm hanging out in the back. Kind of odd to be up front. But I just want to start off by thanking the whole entire crew at the track and my fantastic small crew in the back there. My grandpa, Buddy John, for getting the car together and always willing to spend countless hours out in the cold putting it together. My grandma for making dinners for us when we're working on the car. My lovely fiance for always handling the live streams and handling 90% of our Facebook posts and Instagram posts and stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for putting on one heck of a race season for us. And we look forward to doing it again next year.
All right, this next award that's going to be handed out will be accepted by Kyle Keller. It's for the driver of the 16H, so Mike Kinsley out of Bass Lake, California.
Yeah, Mike had to go to a business banquet this weekend because I guess that's more important. But he said he wanted to thank the whole Madera Speedway track and team. He wanted to thank his sponsors, Connor Energy, Mobile Power and Air, Keller Motorsports and the crew, and then a special thanks to his wife, Monica. Thank you.
All right, now on to our Madera Mini Stocks. Coming home in the 4th spot is the number 11B of Marty Baker. And not only is he your 4th place finisher in points, he is Rookie of the Year.
Well, I want to first start off by thanking God for allowing me to do this. Second of all, my wife. Third, Kenny Shepard and Tammy. Kenny mostly for allowing me to do this and do safety. Fourth, my brother for working safety by himself and also working on the car with me. So yeah, just want to thank everybody and have a great night. Thank you.
And this driver he comes to is out of Fresno, California, the 14 Thompson trailer of Kevin Thompson.
thank you. Good to be up here. I wasn't planning on running this year. It just kind of worked its way out. My son Nick was running the class, and we just kind of acquired another one. And I got to thank my parents, my brother Rick and my sister-in-law Wendy, my fiance Jody for putting up with this. I told her I was retired, and I still send to be at the track every other week or so, either here or at a dirt track somewhere now with these mini stocks. Had a great year. Got to thank Ken Coventry, as always, man, supported my racing career for the last 25 years. And Kenny Shepard and the whole crew at the track. Thank you, guys.
Second place cannot be with us here tonight. Jeff Durant out of Clovis. We'll accept his award on his behalf.
Just getting this car out here, consistently placing on the podium, and just overall attrition with the car, and it was a blast this season. It was interesting to see my dad get into a real groove at the top line. He said it's something new. I was expecting him to try to close down on the bottom, but it seemed like he was liking what he was doing on the high side. But yeah, it was just fun to try to get side by side that last little turn. I tried to channel a bit of the dirt car in this car, cut as low as I could, a little bit across the dirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Madera Mini Stock Series champion, Nick Thompson.
It's such an honor to be here. My family has a rich history with racing here in the Central Valley, in particular here at Madera Speedway. So it's such a great honor to be able to come up here and take my first of hopefully many titles as a track champion here. My family's racing history started back in the 60s with my grandfather Jerry Thompson, and ever since Madera Speedway has opened, we've had somebody racing here every year. So I'm just glad to be able to carry on my family's torch and put on a good show out here. I'd like to thank my family and everybody who helps me get out here on the track every week and improve so quickly here over just a few short years of being able to be here on the track. If not for the support of everybody, I'd be stuck with the closest thing to racing I'd get over on my Xbox back home. Of course, my family, Kevin Thompson, Rick Thompson, and Jerry Thompson, they helped me get out here and help just house the cars at the shop, and we put in so much work to get them out here on the track. And I also have to thank my mother's side of the family with Roxanne Benton and Mark Benton for just supporting me and being supportive of me doing what I love out here. As well as all the people that help us just put the cars together every week. Ken Coventry was a massive help back when I was learning how to drive back in the MSTs, and his wisdom has been useful as always. Anthony Garcia is also a massive help. He knows everything about a car, it seems, and helps us whenever we get stuck working on the cars. And then just a massive, massive thanks to Dan Myrick and the Wallbanger Racing team for giving me the opportunity to drive these mini stocks out here. It's such a fun class, and without the work that he and others like Greg Baronian and Scott Glenn put into growing the class out here after it kind of dwindled in popularity back in the early 2010s, without their work in pioneering and growing what this class can be, putting it up over at dirt tracks with the West Coast Sports Compacts as well as here at Madera Speedway, without them, I wouldn't have such a stage to be able to do what I love. And then, obviously, my sponsors, Thompson Trailer Sales, 95.7 The Fox, as well as the Wallbangers Racing teams, House of Juju, Papa's Place, Rocket Motorsports, and Dan Myrick Enterprises. Without their help, I wouldn't be able to be here, and just their support is just massive. And I just want to thank the track for putting on the show and hosting us so much, and it's just an honor to be here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the 2022 Harvey Wallbanger Award recipient to be named. This is a special award where the winner gets a bucket full of all of the parts that have fallen off of every race car, well, most every race car, during the 2022 season. The nominees for the 2022 Harvey Wallbanger Award are Monty Tipton and Lane Anderson.
As here comes Klein now. He is right there on the backside of the 21N of Ethan Nascimento.
Remember, those were the two cars in the incident.
Oh, Lord, look at that.
Yeah, Monty Tipton spins and airborne for Lane Anderson. And a couple of our youngest drivers, a couple of our rookies in the series with a big calamity in turn 4. Monty Tipton 14, Lane Anderson 44.
Looks like he got a little help going around, but then he ended up getting the payback after Lane flew over the front of Tipton's car.
Brody Moore and Kenna Mitchell.
Got the afterburners on. She's trying to make that pass on Brody Moore as they come out of 4.
If Brody Moore holds the second position from the outside, it'll be very impressive, but it looks like he tried to fill the hole, and it's going to gather up multiple cars. Kenna Mitchell ends up making significant contact.
That's going to end his. Look at the liquid coming out of that 13H.
Let's see what happens here into turn number 1 with Brody Moore on the outside, Kenna Mitchell on the inside.
Mitchell's down there on the bottom. Moore maybe just trying to get somewhere he did not need to be.
Yeah, Moore was not clear of Mitchell there.
Bam. Lord have mercy.
Tyler Herzog. He's got to be smiling ear to ear right now.
Just about every car is on the lead lap. Just about every car that started the race is running, but no longer. I jinxed it like an announcer jinx. We've got cars scattered every which way. They turned over the turnip truck and blocked the freeway. All of turn 4 is blocked, and Flaggy Frank is waving a checkered flag. See, the blue 42 is the first to arrive and will likely be the winner, but what a mess here, Kenny. Looked like Tyler Herzog and Jason Aguirre got together, and Bubba took a big wallop into turn 4.
So did the 29 car.
Carlos Vieira and Jason Aguirre.
Into the lead for Walbridge, Zampa Keller, and like you said, how about Tyler Herzog, high, wide, and handsome, up into 4th.
Yeah, this young man out of the middle of nowhere.
Oh, and a huge wreck, and it involves Carlos Vieira is the car underneath the 45 of racing Jason Aguirre.
Wow, and they did say that Carlos Vieira is okay.
That feels so early in the corner to think that if Vieira came down. Yeah, it must have been a closing rate deal.
Sheldon Cooper and Kersey Young.
The 07 of Jaden Woolbridge out of Vancouver, Washington. The 12K of Kyle Keller. Sheldon Cooper.
Oh, and he drove across the track, and he collects. Somebody is in there with a big pile of damage. I don't know, it's a white car. I think it's the 11. No, 11 made it through. We have 2 white cars, and you can see them, Brian. 17 of Kersey Young, and the 5 of Petey Soto. And Kersey's out of the car quickly. It might be a bit hot in there. Glad to see that she's out right away. Oh, it was a bit of an accordion, it looked like. A little bit of bumper cars with Carlos. And then right here he gets on the gas. And that's when he gets hit by Kersey. Nowhere for Kersey to go.
Cole Brown and Jaden Walbridge.
But Walbridge is going to fight back. We know he's got a strong automobile on the outside, and this is where the lap track can play a factor. This is it side by side for the short track shootout. White flag, they crash down the front straightaway. There was nowhere else for Walbridge to go. He was all the way against the wall. There was nowhere else for him to go. Brown spins it out, and we're going yellow checker.
The winner of the 2022 Harvey Wallbanger Award is Tyler Herzog.
Just about every car is on the lead lap. Just about every car that started the race is running, but no longer. I jinxed it like an announcer jinx. We've got cars scattered every which way. They turned over the turnip truck and blocked the freeway. All of turn 4 is blocked, and Flaggy Frank is waving a checkered flag. See, the blue 42 is the first to arrive and will likely be the winner, but what a mess here, Kenny. It looked like Tyler Herzog and Jason Aguirre got together, and Bubba took a big wall up into turn 4.
So did the 29 car.
Well, at least I got a 16th packer out of this. I wasn't even supposed to come tonight, but we didn't run a lot of races this year. I have to thank my sponsors, Crown Homes, Herzog Roofing, Van Dorn Race Development, everyone who helps me out, PFC Brakes. I'm just blessed to have such a great team. We had a good year, had 3 wins this year. I just have to dedicate this to Ron Coffin. I don't think a lot of people know who Ron Coffin is. All the stuff that was supplied for all the people in the stands, all the bikes, all of the tools, all the little things that used to come into the track. He passed away about 6 months ago, and he did a lot for the track, and I just got to give those 3 wins to him. So, yeah, thank you for this award. Never thought I'd get an award for biggest wreck. I thought it was a pretty clean move, but I guess racing happens, right? So, thank you.
Oh, well, congratulations and good luck with that bucket. Up next will be our Lunker Daddy Pro Late Models here at the banquet. And coming home in this 16th spot, it's the Mankey Trucking Lyle Hunter Tax Service.
The 5 cars of Mankey and Soto have had an adventurous
Thank you, Stephen.
main event.
Of Olivia
As they're
Mankey
getting
out
on
of
here, the
Ramona,
fives
California.
Of Olivia Mankey and Petey Soto are battling for 8th.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 16th place competitor in the 2022 Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series Championship, Olivia Mankey.
Well, oh my, so many faces. It's definitely been a crazy year for us, to say the least. Madera Speedway has definitely become my second home after, I think I've spent more time here at the track than I have at my own house after running this full season. But I couldn't have done it without the people behind me. Kenny's put on an amazing racetrack here. He's done great at promoting it. So obviously a huge thank you to Kenny and Tammy. Oh, thank you. I'd like to thank my sponsors who are always behind me, always supporting me. CPI, Factory Canopies, Mankey Trucking, NATC, Bobby Hodges, everybody just, they've helped me so much. And of course, Madera, Hampton and Madera, they've always given me a place to stay every time I'm up here. But the person I'd really like to thank is Charlie Wilson. He's helped me so much this season. I couldn't be more grateful. My mom and dad, me and my dad are always thrashing on that car late at night. Tyler Herzog. But yeah, I want to thank all of you guys, always coming out and supporting. Obviously, you guys, everybody, all these faces here, you guys have supported me and helped me get through the season, so thank you.
I gotta salute the 12 of Jay Julesen. What a performance for that team. They made the redraw. This is a battle for 9th on your screen, and leading that freight train continues to be the zoneup.com number 12 of Jay Julesen.
Just need to tighten it up, center off, and I think we'll be right there for the end of this race. Just got to hold on a little bit longer.
Jay Julesen was unable to attend this evening. Congratulations, Jay, on your 15th place championship finish.
here comes that 13H car. That's Sean Hingaroni.
Yeah,
in the 11.
Hingaroni, very impressive. Fast time in qualifying and only his second start here at Madera. How does it feel running fifth tonight?
Feels good. We're just trying to get the car right here. It was a little loose in the beginning, but I think we'll have a shot at it here.
Sean Hingaroni was unable to attend tonight. Congratulations on your 14th place championship finish.
But look, here comes that 13H car. That's Sean Hingaroni.
Racing Jason Aguirre in that Corbin Cash Vodka Waterford irrigation car on the inside of the BC's Pizza car, Sheldon Cooper.
Klein and that 89 of Sheldon Cooper. But right back is that 13H of Sean Hingaroni.
Congratulations to Sheldon Cooper on your 13th place championship points finish.
First off, I want to thank Kenny and Tammy. I know we're kind of a handful to deal with on Monday. My parents, BC's Pizza, Fort Lee Towing, The Burger Hut, Pine Ridge Pool Care, Sierra Speed Technology, Sarah and Lila, Bailey and Hayden. Another one is Tyler. Last year, he opened up his wallet and helped me buy this new car. Hunter. I don't know what the heck you can do, but you made some fast race cars this year. Top 5 speed everywhere we went. We went with Tyler last weekend. You built him a hell of a rocket ship. We'll be back, and I know we'll get us some wins.
And for the first time in this main event, Keller's on the bottom. And we have a multi-car skirmish, and it's again one of the 5 cars. Soto has spun, but I think he spun to avoid Rick Thompson in the 77.
Rick Thompson was unable to attend this evening. Accepting on his behalf will be Nick Thompson.
Well, if you change one letter out, you can turn Nick into Rick, so I guess he wanted me to come up. But he just wanted me to come up here and give a big thanks to the track and a big thanks to the people that help him out every week, Anthony Garcia, the Holdens. He wanted me to give them a massive thanks just for all the work that they put into the race car for him this season and just helping him get out there on the track and just thanking all the same. His sponsor, 95.7, The Fox as well. And yeah, just everybody who helps us get out here. Thank you.
Klein and that 89 of Sheldon Cooper. But right back is that 13H of Sean Hingaroni. The 88 of Casey Klein battles with the 5S of Pete Soto.
Yeah, that's your battle for the 5th spot behind the 17 of Kersey Young.
Casey Klein was unable to attend this evening. Congratulations, Casey, on your 11th place championship finish.
Pete Soto 18th on the grid. So those guys battling for 4th start 11th, 13th, and 8th.
The 88 of Casey Klein battles with the 5S of Pete Soto.
Oh, look out, Kersey, and gets clear Casey Klein there.
Pete Soto on the high side, and the 88 of Casey Klein.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 10th place competitor and the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series 2022 Championship, Pete Soto.
Alrighty, so once again, I want to thank my crew, my grandpa, Buddy John, my grandma, and my lovely fiance. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to our sponsors that make this happen, Airtronics, Metal Supply Inc., and Bliss Racing Engineering. I'd like to give a huge shout out to our good family friend, Rat Moser, who came out and helped us out. I know he's not here, but a huge shout out. And, thank you again to all you guys for such an amazing year, for putting on great shows for the fans. We'll see you guys next year.
That battle for second spot with Jacob Smith and Kersey Young.
and that's a duel as well. And hopefully that one doesn't boil over and affect this battle.
Young made the pass. Now she will be in that third. Well, no, Smith right back once again.
I know we're battling with a little bit of everything this weekend, but right now our performance is doing really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Most Improved Driver and your 9th place competitor, Kersey Young.
All right. I've done this a few times, not for 9th, but definitely haven't cried during one of these, but this one's kind of going to hit a little bit closer. I got to start off by thanking Daryl Curtis. We lost his wife in late October to ovarian cancer, so can't thank him enough for everything he does. He owns the car, so thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you do. We've had a really long season, 4 DNFs, and then whatever else fell through. But we found it during round 4, and we were able to make history at Madera Speedway with a podium finish in the Pro Late Model Series. I can't thank Kenny and Tammy Shepard enough. They run this track, and it's awesome. I mean, one of the best tracks I've ever been to. Really appreciate it. Can't thank Brian Lee Smith and Stephen Blakesley enough for all of the great announcing they do throughout the years. Ethan Smith, who I don't think is here tonight, but he does some pretty good pictures that we receive right away. I also have to say thank you to all the officials and fire safety guys out here. They've helped all the drivers out on and off the track. We just happen to need a whole lot of help this year, so can't thank them enough. I'd also like to thank all my crew members, my mom and little sister Allie, for literally keeping me on my toes every day, but mostly at the track. My grandma and grandpa, Daryl and Jennifer Curtis, Gary Trainer, Carrie Brewer, Dick and Buddy Shepard, who unfortunately could not make it here tonight. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to my dad, who happens to be standing in the back over there. Man, we've had a rough year, and no matter what, he would always, we could wreck a car and we'll come back, and on the way home, he's like, well, you did good doing this, but this happened, so I can't thank him enough. We've had a rough off season so far, so hopefully we can get some good results. Even if we're short on money, he'd be working on the car no matter what, and we'd be yanking on everything to get to the track for the next race, so thank you. You're definitely my number one supporter. All these amazing people, my crew guys, my grandpa, everyone at those tables, they've helped us out. We've spent countless nights at the race car shop. Doesn't matter if it's wrecked or not. We're out there no matter what. So thank you. I'd also like to thank all my sponsors who helped me out this year. Frank's Cabinet Shop, San Joaquin Collision, Brooklyn's Barbecue, Motor City Buick GMC, Ian M. Hassett Foundation, Boss Lady Hustle, Patty and Jane's, Hampton Inn and Suites in Madera, Cousin Carrie, Bobby Courtney Racing Enterprises, YB Normal Designs, BLR, and Shepherd Racing. Without any of them, we would not be able to be here right now. My first year in the Pro Late Models was definitely something else. We learned a lot of good things and bad things. We learned a lot of aggression towards the end of the season, but I can't thank all of the competitors enough. Sheldon, we battled hard a few laps. We've exchanged a few words throughout the year, but it was definitely fun. Got to say congratulations to Kyle and Ethan. You guys did good. Watched Ethan race so hard in the juniors. You made it in the pros. Congratulations. But all of you guys have a great night. See you next year.
Then you pick up that 33 of Ryan Reynolds and that 54 of Erickson. That is Bradley Erickson. It is
Ryan Reynolds, I believe. And Ethan Nascimento edges ahead of Ryan Reynolds into turns 1 and 2, off of turn number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 8th place competitor in the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series 2022 Championship, Ryan Reynolds.
Well, thank you guys, and I'd like to congratulate Kyle on his championship and thank the Keller Motorsports team for all their help this year. And I'd like to thank my brother and Mark for helping with sponsor and doing the wrap on the car. It turned out awesome. I'd like to thank Jason for helping fix the car when we wrecked it. And we had an up and down season. We wrecked it. We're fast, wrecked it. So hopefully we're doing better next year. And just want to say thanks to my brother again. He wouldn't be doing it without him. So thanks to my mom, my dad, my girlfriend for coming out from Minnesota. And thanks again. Hopefully we'll do better next year and see you guys next year.
They've been all lined up now for 27 laps. We saw the brake rotors going.
Trying to get around that Tana Sean Reynolds.
Reynolds making the top work, like I said earlier.
Please welcome to the stage your 7th place competitor in the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series Championship, Sean Reynolds.
Well, I want to start out by saying thank you to the track and support and help with the safety team. I really appreciate it. It's been a great year, crazy year. It's been a big step from the MSTs up to the Pro Late Models. Big step, actually. Just couldn't be more excited for what took place this year. I want to thank Kevin Coventry, everybody supported us, Keller Motorsports for all your experience and help, my brother, family, mom, dad, everybody. Really appreciate it.
You've loved this veteran battle. We have it on our screen here on MAP TV.
The 51 of Carlos Vieira, the 45 of Racing Jason Aguirre.
Yeah, Racing Jason Aguirre in that Corbin Cash Vodka Waterford irrigation car on the inside of the BC's Pizza car. Sheldon Cooper. Right now, the best of the West is Racing Jason.
Yeah, as he still continues with the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Madera Speedway champion, your overall champion, and the 6th place competitor in the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series 2022 championship, Jason Aguirre.
That's what we came for right there. I love it. We got a workout room at my house, and I tell my girl I can't work out because there's too many trophies in there. They're kind of in the way. But, racing here, it's tough. It's tough. And everybody here knows, what it takes to make a team happen from week in and week out. I mean, we load up on Wednesday nights, and we don't unload till Sundays. I got Manny Showtime Gonzalez shows up on Wednesday nights to help me load up, and I'm hungover on Sunday morning to unload, and he's there at 9 a.m., getting me out of bed. But we have fun, and we had a lot of fun this season. And I want to thank Tammy and Kenny for putting this little platform together for us. I say little, but it's huge. I mean, an old guy like me, I'm 51 years old, and I get to race on TV. I call my sister up in San Jose, and we're on, and it's huge. I have sponsors. The TV thing has helped with the sponsors tremendously, as you guys know. But a guy like me to show up and race in a pro late model, and we get to be on TV right there in our living room. Get to watch it with a Coors Light and a dog, and he don't care. But it's good times, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm very thankful to be here. It's unbelievable. I mean, where I've been in my life, and to be here right now. Little late model championship win, got a couple of good weekends, couple of bad weekends, but I've got so many people that are behind me. And sometimes I look around and I don't know why. I mean, what the heck did I do? I live right and I work hard. I have my bosses at work stand behind me 100%, friends and family. A night like tonight, these trophies, they're cool, and I'm going to love them. They're going to get in the workout room, and that's going to keep me from working out, but that's okay. I think tonight's about honoring the people that help you. We see a lot of people come up here, and they accept an award and a trophy, and they thank their sponsors. But tonight, this stage is not for me. This stage is for my friends, my family, my sponsors. I'm going to bring them up tonight, and we're all going to accept the award together. David Souza, DNS Farms, come on up. The McDonald family, come on up. The Giannis family, my fiancee, Michelle, my brother, David Zernich, Sean Reynolds, Mark Ternowski, MTFX Graphics, come on up. That's what we came for. That's right, baby. Waterford Irrigation, Derek, Misty, come on up. Everybody here is getting an award on my behalf. Uncle Charlie, come on. Little Man, Stefan, Showtime, come up here. It really means a lot to me each and every week to go race. I'm an older guy. I can still kick some ass once in a while. But it's all these people right here from one week to the next. You guys know you have your own groups. You need to thank them. And I'm very thankful to these guys. Waterford Irrigation, my cousins, my sisters, my uncle, my brother, my fiance, everybody. I'm just so thankful. I can't believe it. I don't care how many times we've won this year. I'm thankful for these people. You know, I go out and we try to put a clean race together, and this year's banquet's about these guys. Thank you, Michelle. I just want to get one group photo with all my friends and family up here, and all the help that I've had all summer long. It takes a lot. It takes an entire village just to run one season at Madera. Thank you, Tammy, Kenny, got us on TV a little bit. And thank you to my friends and family right here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Congrats, bud.
I didn't leave anybody out, did I?
You got everybody.
Brody Armtrout's doing a little bit of a come behind as he's battling with the 14-year-old 21 of Ethan Nascimento. And for the 29 of Armtrout, 5 main event wins last year in the junior late models. He started 15th, Brian, and that's Brody Armtrout driving into 5th. So that's pretty impressive for Brody.
Definitely from 15th to 5th.
And when you get the kind of opportunity like that, you got to take advantage of it. And he's trying to do that on the inside of Howard Holden.
Then we pick up that 17 of Kersey Young battling with the 29 of Brody Armtrout. Here comes the number 29 of Brody Armtrout on the outside of the 07W with Jaden Walbridge.
It means more than ever before.
Please welcome to the stage your 5th place competitor in the 2022 Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series Championship, Brody Armtrout.
Hello. Not used to not having the microphone up here, but I guess this will do. So to start off, Kenny, thank you. This is probably one of the funnest racing experiences that I've had over the past 4 years that I've been racing these cars. Mom, Dad, Ron, thank you. You guys are awesome. Roger Bracken, I know you're not here tonight, but I know you're probably sitting there watching this on MAV TV. Auntie, Uncle, Grandpa, I know you can't get MAV TV because you don't know how, so you're at Josh's house watching it. But thank you guys all for supporting me. Grandma T, I know you're up there watching us. Thank you. Something that I've really noticed this season is that time isn't promised. We've seen that in the NASCAR series with Joe Gibbs' family. My sorrows are out to them. I hope they cope and get better. But something that I've really noticed is that now that I'm getting older, I'm turning 18 next year. Time is going by fast. I'm not going to be a kid forever. And after getting COVID and just being distant from people from the past 2 years, to masks, to not being able to go to school, I've noticed that people are the biggest part of our lives, and it's super important to cherish them while we can. So people like Vito, Kersey, Jordan, Jay Juleson, all you guys, thank you for sticking with me through my dumb days. So huge thanks to Roger Bracken, Ron, or Impact Trucking, whichever one you want to call it, and Crazy for Yogurt and Diamond Trust. Without these people, I would not be able to do what I do. This season's been fun. Hopefully, next season I'll have a bit better luck. As you heard in those previews, I went from 15th to 5th. So we need to get better at qualifying. That's our biggest issue right now. Thank you. I was able to pull off a few ones, I think. I'm not sure how many were there because we were always chasing the time. But it was a decent season as my first full-time season in the pros. I still have a little bit to learn, but hopefully we'll be going for that championship next year. Great job to Keller. You guys are always on top of your game, and I'll be looking forward to racing with you guys next year. Thank you.
Driver who's held on to second all race long. I think the drive of the night right now, Ethan Nascimento. Very impressive, holding off the Pro Late Model champion from last year and the Junior Late Model champion from 2 years ago. And Ethan Nascimento is making his presence felt for the lead.
Yeah, he is banging on the door. Oh, look at the contact. As they came out of 4, Stephen.
Nascimento is a hard-nosed driver.
3 clean with Nascimento and the 07 J. Wilbridge. Now the 21 in of Ethan Nascimento will pull into that 3rd spot.
I mean, they were side by side for like 12 laps.
Ethan Nascimento, that is, got the spot, but here comes the young man out of Newport Beach, California, Sean Hangaroni.
But a great run for Ethan Nascimento, 3rd place here in Madera.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 4th place competitor in the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series Championship, Ethan Nascimento.
All right, well, it's been a rough year running the pros and the juniors, so let's get started. So running the pro late model right after the junior late model race was really tough, changing the restrictor, the tires, all the body, just everything. Changing the tires, RPM was not bad, but sometimes it got a little rough in the junior late model race, and my car needed repairs before the pro late model race. So I'd like to thank all the teams that clipped in and helped me and my team when that happened. It was not easy, even if we won. Jason and Gary loaned us a radiator. Matt, Rick Erickson, always helping us loan parts. Mike Doss and Derek Dorn had helped shape up the body. Daryl and Tyler Herzog for always leading a hand or parts. Several others I may have missed, but thank you without all the help and support. There's no way this could be possible. Thank you to all the Madera Speedway staff, and have a great night. Thank you.
Well, some movers and shakers in this race. The 11 with Jacob Smith from Eagle, Idaho, all the way up to 3rd. Jacob Smith, he's been marching through the order. Kind of a slow start to his Pro Late Model career. Comes into tonight 7th in the points for the Eagle, Idaho driver. So the 11 of Smith around the outside of Hingarani takes over 3rd for the Idaho driver.
Young on the high side, Jacob Smith down there on the bottom.
And 14-year-old Casey Klein is in there as well, Brian.
Yeah, a little bit he's in the mix. The 12K of Kyle Keller out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we pick up the 11 of Jacob Smith.
Also mired in there is the 11 of Jacob Smith. What a surprise. Didn't even make the top 16 in qualifying and won the B-main event. All the way 17th to 3rd for Jacob Smith in the short track shootout.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Rookie of the Year and your 3rd place competitor in the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series 2022 Championship Race, Jacob Smith.
Well, thank you guys so much. Well, I'd just like to start off by thanking Kenny and Tammy Shepard for all of their help, all the staff at the Madera Speedway for such an awesome year. With my first season in the books and the Pro Late Models, I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to work with Charlie Wilson and the entire Wilson Motorsports crew. You all have really become family. As I look back on the year, quite a few memories come to mind. Rob and I eating Girl Scout cookies, Stephanie treating me like her mom, making sure I always have food in my tummy. Tommy calling me princess all year, but at the end of the day, always telling me to go out there and drive it. all of Denny's corny jokes and big grin that always makes you laugh, and the best team dinners filled with laughter and stories that you couldn't even make up. Thank you to Charlie for teaching me how to improve as a race car driver, and more importantly, becoming a better person. You also taught me that I don't need to tell you more than once that the car is tight, or I might end up with a pop in the nose. For those of you that don't know, my sister, she's a barrel racer. Her and my mom drove 13 hours from Idaho to surprise me on my sister's birthday for our race in June. We finished second that race, and after we had loaded up, Charlie grabbed his cowboy hat out of the truck, put it on my head, and told me, now you go support your sister, because that's what we do. I don't know how many of you have seen Mr. Wilson in a cowboy hat, let alone worn his, but it's something that I'll never forget. Throughout all the jokes, laughs, and teaching moments, I'm so thankful to have made those amazing memories with this team. One of my most proud moments off the racetrack was the Drive to Live event that I put on with Madera County to bring mental health and suicide awareness in Madera in a different fashion. We were able to put together this awesome event for 5 months. I worked with Marty, his daughter Lauren, his wife Leela, and Molly at Madera Auto Center, along with Madera County, Shuttler Tire, George's Auto Supply, Grocery Outlet, Sugar Pine Smokehouse, and a handful of others to put this event on. We had an amazing turnout from the people in the community, and it gave me an opportunity to give back, which is something that I want to do everywhere I race. All those memories and life experiences this year would not have been possible without all my partners. Idaho Home Solar, Art with the Hampton, who I'm so grateful to be sitting at our table tonight, Sugar Pine Smokehouse, Madera Auto Center, the Westmark Group, Madera County, TSD Consulting, Hammer Nutrition, Treasure Valley Collision Center, Eagle River Smiles, Wilson Motorsports and our team partners, and of course all of my fans, supporters, and most importantly, my family. I'm really looking forward to coming back to Madera next season to chase a championship with Wilson Motorsports. I'm also excited to compete in multiple NASCAR ARCA West Series races in 2023. Thank you again for such a memorable season, and we'll see you all next year.
Still side by side, Chevrolet versus a Ford. See the USA in a Chevrolet. Jaden Wallbridge, you're up to second. And now here comes the 07.
Yeah, Wallbridge wasting no time. He'll drop it to the inside of 3, trying to make that pass on Nascimento as they come out of 4. He'll complete the pass, Steven, and he'll move into that 3rd spot.
And it looks like it's going to be a home run for the driver of the 07 as he works it through 3 out of 4. Your champion last year and the winner of round number 3, Jaden Wallbridge, wins the Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model. Out of turn number 4, Vancouver, Washington, Jaden Wallbridge, 2 in a row and 2 of the hardest earned victories. There goes Wallbridge to the outside of Zampa for the lead. The Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model points lead for Jaden Wallbridge.
They are side by side. Steven in it through out of 4. Your winner will be
almost an identical finish.
It was a good run tonight. I knew we had a good piece.
Jaden Wallbridge was unable to attend this evening. Accepting his 2nd place trophy in the 2022 Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series Championship is Mike Juarez.
Jaden couldn't make it here tonight. He's in Irwindale. So I want to say thanks to everybody. And I especially want to thank Crown Homes Living and my good friend Steve Syme, who helped me this year underneath the car and helped us get it all done. And Madera Blinds and Shutters. And that's about it. So thanks. Appreciate it.
Keller, he has been ice cold in the veins, coming from 9th in that Blaser Swiss Lube Ford, keeping him nice and cold.
He's got the momentum as he comes out of turn number 4. A little bit of bump and run. Kyle Keller stays true to the high line as they come out of 2.
And they have traded the lead back and forth so many times, we're going to have to do a count by the end of it. Give it back to Keller, lap 72. Has paid off. Well, you know that Blosser Swiss Lube is for keeping all your metalworking parts nice and cool in the shop. And the 12K is feeling cool and comfortable in these 100-degree temperatures.
They are side by side. Steven and Drew out of 4. Your winner will be
almost an identical finish. White flag, then crash down the front straightaway. There was nowhere else for Wallbridge to go. You put yourself in some very rarefied air as a back-to-back short track shootout winner. We got to go back to Eric Holmes with 3 consecutive. No one else has ever done that. What does that mean to you and your team to be back-to-back in the short track shootout?
It means a lot for us as a family team, and then us KKR team starting a driver development program kind of got our name out there. And
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 Lunker Daddy Pro Late Model Series champion, Kyle Keller.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Before I start this, I want to bring up 3 important guys that helped me through my racing career and made this possible. My car owner, Dennis Rock, manager Steve Bohannon, and of course my dad. Can you guys come up here, please? Without these guys, this championship wouldn't have been possible. I just want to thank you, Dennis Rock, for giving me this bad pass race car. Thank you to Steve Bohannon for the last few years. And, of course, thank you to my dad. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. I would like to start off by thanking Kenny Shepard and everyone at Madera Speedway that worked all year long to give us racers an amazing facility to race at. The fire and safety crew for being there every weekend, either it was hot or cold. The competition here at Madera is full of top-notch racers, and it was really, really good competition. This year ended up being different for me. It was a huge learning experience. I knew there was, I knew I had to place myself I had to place myself in order to run for a points championship. Having such an amazing season with 9 top 5s, 8 top 3s, and 4 wins made me proud to have a dedicated team I have. My crew is the reason I was given the opportunity to secure the championship. My dad, Chris Bosley, Brian Taylor, Ethan DeGavera, Aiden Kaiser, Steve Byrne, Chuck Wall, Derek Thorne, and Uncle John. If it wasn't for you guys, this championship would not have been possible. You guys worked countless hours in the shop, showing that races surely aren't won at just the track. Other than the team, I have my sponsors to thank for making this possible to get to the track. Blosser Swiss Lube, Battleborn Racing, Bohannon Family Trust, Rock Racing, All-Star Towing, CSM Graphics, Eros Environmental, the Conger Family, Art Hampton Inn, Percos, Crispy Critters, Competition Carburetors, Cornwall Tools, Derek Thorne Racing, Star Nursery, Brembo Brakes, LVMPD, and Mark Horsley. And I would like to announce that us at KKR has teamed up with Mike Hensley, and we are starting another shop up in Fresno. That's where we're going to house all of our KKR development cars for next year in 2023. I would like to also thank all the KKR development drivers for making this an even more exciting year. With all the success of the team, I want to thank you guys individually for making it happen. Robbie and Joey Keneally, Cam Garraway, Caden Cordova, Haley Lyles, Mike Hensley, Sean and Ryan Reynolds, Monty Tipton, Bryson Brown, Ashton Leonard, Brody Manning, and Alex Escnodari. Every team has a special few individuals who stayed your biggest supporter your whole career. I have 2. Steve Bohannon has been following my racing since we've met. When I was a kid, he watched me in Bandos, Junior Late Models, Modifieds, SRL, Challenge Cup, Pro Late Models, and now the ARCA West Series. 2 seasons ago, Steve became a manager/car owner. He kept so much faith in me through all these years that he decided he was going to really put his everything into my racing and invested me in making sure I became not only a better driver, but took in time to become a better person. Thank you, Steve. Lastly, I need to thank the couple who made me a ride all season. Cheryl and Dennis Rock have gone so far out of their way to make sure that they provide us the best equipment, support that any young driver could ask for. Technically, Cheryl, I really should be thanking you for letting me use your car all year long. I always knew you liked me more, but truly thank you both so much. Thank you, everyone in my life and out of the racing. I am proud to announce that I will be running a full season on the ARCA West Series in 2023. Thank you, guys.
It is time to pick the 2022 most popular driver of the Madera Speedway. The nominees are Kyle Keller, Ethan Nascimento, Jacob Smith, Kersey Young, Robbie Keneally, Jaden Walbridge, and Haley Bugg. The 2022 Madera Speedway most popular driver is Jacob Smith.
Well, thank you guys. I know that was all a fan vote, so I just want to give a huge shout out to all my fans and supporters for making this happen. I didn't mention it when I was up here before. Rookie of the Year, that was very, very exciting. So I'm very grateful for all of you for a great year. This most popular driver is pretty exciting. So add into the collection of plaques, and I'm really thankful for all of you guys. Thank you.
And they are all lined up right now behind the 16-year-old Brody Moore. He's led all the way. It's going to be lap 30, 10 laps to go to the break. And the Colorado driver, Brody Moore, gets his first main event win. Robbie Keneally is the winner. Brody Moore second.
It feels great, man. It was a great race. Great way to back up our win after round one.
Unfortunately, Brody Moore could not be here with us tonight. Congratulations on your 10th place championship finish.
Car squealing wheels. It's the 68 of Rebecca Doobie. Spins it out in turn number 2. And we're forced to go yellow once again. Our third caution of the race.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 9th place competitor in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series, Rebecca Doobie.
Up here. So first, I'd like to thank my family, my grandpa for getting me the car, my brother who's been a huge help working on it, my mom and my sisters for supporting me, as well as my grandma. I'd like to thank Wes Huffman for letting us store our car and helping us work on it, and Zach Huffman, who's been my main mechanic and spotter this season. It's been a huge help for all of that. I'd also like to thank the Madera safety crew and all the people who help work at the track to get it running. And, the Mike Nake for teaching me where I should be driving on the track because I was struggling with my line at the beginning of the season. That really helped. And the Kellers for providing us with some assistance mechanically when we were kind of struggling. I'd also like to thank my spotters, Main Street Music, or my sponsors, Main Street Music of Tracy, Mountain Mike's Pizza of Madera. They've helped a lot as well with getting promotions and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Getting their feet wet from 7th on back, and Tipton, he was trying to earn that Madera stripe there, Kenny. Drivers is Monty Tipton, 8th in the points in the 14 car, but he's right there in the mix.
And going home third, looks like will be the number 14, Monty Tipton.
It's my best finish so far. I'm really excited to finally be up here.
Unfortunately, Monty Tipton could not be here tonight. Congratulations on your 8th place finish in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series 2022 Championship standings.
A couple of our Bandolero and Mini Cup drivers battling here on screen.
A little bit of contact as they come out of turn number 2 with the 3K of Kinley and the 37 of Cordova as they head off into turn 3.
Hopping in there, your buddy from Bakersfield.
Caden Cordova.
So those are a couple kids that moved up from the Bandos in the 3K and the 37.
Caden Cordova is not able to attend this evening. Congratulations on your 7th place finish in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series Championship standings.
And speaking of some young drivers, there's a whole pile of them. The V5 Vito Cancilla, the 37, so you got a 10-year-old in the V5, a 12-year-old in the 37, a Caden Cordova out of Bakersfield. 3 to go, 1 more mile of racing. Cancilla and Bug are racing hard. Vito Cancilla, he gets his crew best Madera finish in 3rd. How good does tonight feel?
It feels great. We've been just working on the car a lot. We've been making adjustments. It feels great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the youngest competitor to ever finish in the top 10 in the championship point standings in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series, Vito Cancilla.
I'm going to try to make this nice and short, but big thanks to Kenny and Tammy Shepard for making this possible for me and letting me in to compete in the Junior Late Model Championship. But we've been trying hard. We've been using all of our time. I'd like to give a big thanks to the Arm Trout crew for giving me a car, giving me a chance to race. And I would also like to thank the Nasamento crew for helping us, getting us faster, and winning some races. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, for letting this be possible for me, and all my sponsors. Thank you.
Wow, Kenneth Mitchell drives it in a mile and puts the door on the 88 car. Tough racing right there, and that showed you how good the 7 car of Kenneth Mitchell was. Right through the center of the corner. She may have a winning race car here tonight, race fans.
Kenneth Mitchell and Jeffrey Erickson. Kenna with a bit of a slide job out of turn number 4.
Here Mitchell battles right back. Looks like there might be a little contact as they come out of turn 2.
Ooh, Kenna really tried to pinch him off there, which is what you're going to have to do to keep the spot. Nice driving there by the young lady from Loomis.
Real hard down on the bottom side of turn 3. She's going to make the pass as they come off turn number 4. Gunshot down the outside. Klein a little loose out of turn number 4. He's going to lose positions to the 7 of Kenneth Mitchell.
A sensational performance from Ethan Nasamento.
Coming home second will be the 7 of Kenneth Mitchell.
I'm glad we were able to finish second, especially how we've been doing, getting in trouble with Rex past few races.
Kenneth Mitchell was unable to attend tonight. Congratulations on your 5th place championship finish in the 2022 5150 Junior Late Model Series standings.
Give you a little bit of contact there from the 3K of young Joey Keneally, the 13-year-old to the inside of Kenna. We're side by side for the lead.
Here comes younger brother Joey Keneally.
And look at this battle for second. The younger half of the Keneally team is really turning it on.
Yeah, Joey Keneally now, he's really putting pressure on the back of the 78 or more.
Battle for third is really heated up as top 2 are nose to tail, and 3rd and 4th are right together as well on the back straightaway. So we got a pair of battles. How about Joey Keneally? He's looming large in the 3K. Yeah, Joey Keneally having a very steady season this year. He hasn't led any laps, but right now Joey Keneally running 6th in the standings and 4th on the Speedway. Very, very impressed by that rookie driver.
Keneally coming home with the win. The 3K and Joey Keneally in the 2nd spot.
What better way to do it to finish 1-2 with my brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 4th place competitor and Rookie of the Year in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series Championship, Joey Keneally.
Good evening, everyone. I remember at the beginning of the year, we were all sitting in dinner, and I was being told, listen, it's your first year. We don't want to be getting too much trouble, and top 10 is going to be great. Keep the car clean. Well, Dad, look at me now. 1 top 3, 5 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 4th overall. First off, I want to thank John Keller and Kyle Keller Racing Team for giving me a really great car to drive all year. Also, I'd like to thank Kenny and Tammy Shepard and the Madera Speedway crew for always putting on good shows. Also, huge thanks to Dean Gould for spotting me and guiding me through all these wrecks that have happened this year. Steve Schimmerhorn for making sure my car was always ready to be on track and fast every weekend. But also, none of this would have been possible without my amazing sponsors, Wiley X, American Swim Academy, Cover Ease, Next Destination RV, Setting the Stage, 637 Collectibles, Drew's Fabrication, Oakley Chiropractic, Kathy Marple's Real Estate, Lemurs Concord GMC Buick, SD Plumbing, Linex of Pittsburgh, and KKR Racing. Also want to congrats Kyle on his championship and Robbie with a really good run finishing second in the championship. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Well, Brody Moore had such a good restart that it gave a little bit of a cushion for Casey Klein to move in and move to the bottom with that gap he built up over the 44 of Anderson. And everything is settled down there, but that is not settled down. Look at that shot from Casey Klein, a little bump to pass move. But again, they kind of backed it out and they let the guy gather it up. Casey Cash in the 88, he's got his pick of the litter. And he kind of sailed it in there high and then went down low and got a big head of steam. He wanted to tuck up right on that rear bumper, Nascimento, to prevent the 7 of Kenna Mitchell from filling that hole. Klein managed to get in there. Klein with a little bit of bumper, I think, on Ethan Nascimento. We'll have to look at it again because we didn't quite see it.
Klein a little loose, but he holds on to it. Did a little dirt track racing down to turn number 4. It'll be side by side, and Klein will now move back into that second spot, but he's not giving Ethan Nascimento no room.
Yeah, it feels good to have the consistency. It's just not as good of a feeling to not be that consistency for first, but we'll take the top 3 every weekend.
Casey Klein was unable to attend tonight. Congratulations on your 3rd place championship finish.
Right now, your driver out front, that 1K of Robbie Keneally.
Well, back-to-back fast times for Robbie Keneally, and now a lead of the main event. Yeah, that's Robbie Keneally on the inside, Joey Keneally on the outside. And we are green into turn number 1, and that was a good start for Robbie. His 2nd win in the series after back-to-back fast times. Robbie Keneally is the winner. That brings Robbie Keneally up to 156 laps led in 2022. We're only on round number 5.
And here comes the 1K of Robbie Keneally as he's starting to reel her in just a little bit. Then we'll pick up that 14 of Monty Tipton.
What does it mean to you to have a season like this in 2022?
Man, it means everything. It's not going to take the smile off my face for sure. We work hard as a family-owned team here, and to be able to cap it off with a 1-2 finish is absolutely unreal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2nd place competitor in the 2022 5150 Junior Late Model Series Championship, Robbie Keneally.
First and foremost, I would like to thank Kenny Shepard, Tammy Shepard, and the entire Madera Speedway crew for another successful season. This season, we were able to accomplish a lot of goals that we had set ourselves at the start of the year. Going into the last race of the season, we were down 12 points. We did everything we could to try and get the championship by leading at halfway and winning the race. Ultimately, we came up short. I want to congrats to Ethan and the entire Nascimento crew for a good season. You guys deserved it. We improved huge from last season, where we were able to pick up 2 wins, 8 top 5s, and a couple of fast times. My brother in his first year also finished out the season in 4th points with a 2nd place finish in the last race. I think the only piece of advice I could give you is to please not tear up as many fenders as you did this year so we don't got to fix it. Want to also give a big congrats to my teammate Kyle Keller on his championship. This wouldn't be possible without the hospitality of the Kyle Keller Racing crew. John, Spanky, Brian, Ethan, Steve, Kyle, Aiden, you guys are all the reason why myself and many others get to go fast. You guys are the hardest working crew out there who would do anything to help us kids out, so a huge thank you goes out to them. I want to also thank my spotter, Jason Lawton, and my brother spotter, Dean Gould. They have been there for our team since day one of my and my brother's late model career and are a huge reason of why we are all here today. My mom, dad, brother, and sister for all the hard work at the shop and at the racetrack. Steve Schimmerhorn, Tim Skoglund, Jason Ryder, and more. And lastly, my sponsors, Wiley X, American Swim Academy, Lemurs Concord Buick GMC, Covery, 637 Collectibles, Linex, Kathy Marples, Jews Fabrication, Next Station Nation RV, SD Plumbing, and Oakley Chiropractic. I want to thank and congratulate all of my competitors. 2022 was a great season, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Thank you all, and have a great night.
Yeah, Ethan Nascimento restarted shotgun, and he's already passed 6 cars, make it 7 now as he passes Monty Tipton. And it's a shame we don't have a camera on Ethan's car in this one because he's putting on one whale of a drive. And Nascimento was credited with lap number 66, this time by 1 more mile of racing, 3 to go. And he is still in the top spot. Give it to him on lap 67. He has been kind of an instant prodigy as far as speed.
Well, this young man is on a mission as he comes out of turn number 4. Your winner will be the 21 of Ethan Nascimento.
Oh, bumper tag. There goes Ethan Nascimento. Ethan Nascimento works it through 3 out of 4. He will do it 4 in a row. And the 21.
Ethan Nascimento makes the pass on the 37 to Caden Cordova and moves into the 4th spot.
So he should be the champion. How about it? A championship for Ethan Nascimento. 4 in a row for Ethan Nascimento.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2022 5150 Junior Late Model Series champion, Ethan Nascimento.
Well, it's been a great year. I want to congratulate the Keneally family for having a great year. Me and him battled really hard a lot of the races, and we ran side by side for a lot of the races, and just want to congratulate him on a great year. It was fun racing with you. So let's get into my speech. After the banquet here last year, I set 4 goals for the 2022 season. Win a junior late model race, win the junior late model championship, win a pro late model race, and win a Legend of the Pacific race. We accomplished 3 of those 4 goals, coming up 1 short. I led a lot of laps in the pro late model division, and as well as leading at the TV break twice. Had a lot of fast times, and it was just a great year with that. And then my brother reminds me daily and won't let me forget it. Next year, we will keep going and see our new goals. I'm still young enough to run the junior late model races, but I'm officially retired from the junior late models. Next year, my schedule will consist of the pro late models, super late models, and hopefully some NASCAR ARCA series with my dad racing. And I hope to take what I learned at the Madera Speedway and apply that to the challenges ahead where the competition keeps getting better. None of my accomplishments would have been possible without my amazing family and crew that helps us get to the races. All of them take their valuable time from their regular job to the shop on Tuesdays and Fridays, helping us just get the car ready for the weekend, and just none of that could be anything. None of them could be here tonight because my teammate is running the super late model, Sean, this weekend at Irwindale, and I think he finished 6th. So I'd still like to thank them, Mike, my crew chief, Ty Joyner, also my crew chief, Bubba, Cody, for always working in the shop all week, just helping me and Sean get to the racetrack, Rich, Dominic, Caden, Jerry, Randy, Rob, Richard, Phil, Caden, Jerry, Randy, Mikey, Lindsay, Ron, Chase, Chad, and my mom and my dad. Also, I'd like to thank some wonderful sponsors that helped our team in this whole year, just help us get it here and all the way from, and then sponsors Skipco Welding and Industrial Products, David's Racing, Walker Racing, Fidelity Capital with Sean Hingarani and JD Hingarani for partnering up with us on the 2022 season and 2023 seasons. Hopefully you can go out next year and win the ARCA Menards West Series championship, and hopefully go soon to do some East races. Pinella Racing Engines, Transduced by Hall, and RJ's Paint Shop. And last but not least, Impact Transportation with Ron and Vita Kinsella over there. Last but not least, the Madera Speedway staff, my competitors, the 5150 Series, Lunker Daddy, Fishing Lures, and Mission Food. Thank you very much, and let's go, Brandon.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 2022 Madera Speedway Awards Banquet. It is now time for the Children's Hospital fundraising raffle.